Yo people, aching in this hand today in the joints, in a couple of finger joints. Gurgling all night again when I keep waking up, all I hear is gurgling. So, we come across some videos last night. Let's say they found me. Look after your gut bacteria, which I was doing before Christmas, taking my tablets with this. I'm a bit annoyed that I'm in so much pain, considering as I did do 100 days of keto. That meant no sugar for nearly 100 days. That was no crisps for 100 days. That was no chocolate bars for 100 days. Plus 18-hour fast for 2 months. And I also was doing something else. I'm not talking about that one. And I did a couple of parasite cleanses, and then to be in January stroke February, more I think early Feb, to get all these pains, you know what I mean? End of Jan stroke Feb. So we got the kefir with our tablets, and we're starting to take gut bacteria tablets again. So not advertising. Fenbendazole. This is turning into alcohol. It's smelling really like pungent. Got like a cider taste to it. Parasite cleanse, fenbendazole. This is weird because I'm taking that. It's counteracting. I don't know. Berberine. Because of the issues I got, I take stuff that blocks cancer. I'm just saying it, that's what I do. So berberine is known to block cancer, you know, to stop it, whatever. Don't do the terminologies. Milk thistle is also known to block it as well. And it's good for your liver. And glutathione is just energy for the cells. Hence I take methylene blue as well, every couple of days, every third day. I would say since I did the methylene blue and I've done the glutathione tablet, my spot disappeared on my head, which it can help with acne. I know that wasn't acne, that was, never had a spot of that in my life. And it only happened when this was gurgling. It stopped gurgling, spot went away. But the spot's not coming back and I am gurgling. But I'm looking after my body more now than I was last year. But I'm not actually looking after my body because I'm still eating some shit at the end of the night. Fish oil. We're trying it back in our thing again. Just one. Because we're not eating much fish. Need to eat more fish. And a multivitamin. So basically we're back on the stuff we did last year. New vitamin D3, 3000 U's. I've been using this for like 6-7 years now. It's been fine with me. I know it works because my fingernails grow. So at the moment in time, I'm taking at least probably 6,000. You don't take it all on, so I'm probably only taking about 4 of it on. Don't get much sunlight, because obviously, the stuff I've been having going on, you don't leave the house much, you know? Anyway, past the tablets and all that, morning routine. I'm back on the half calves. Didn't do one yesterday. I did one the day before and I've done one today to start the day. To me, I just look at that as that's something good I'm doing. Whether that does something for you in the sense of you don't believe that helps, if you believe in it, you become it. Do you know what I mean? Where attention goes, energy flows. It's true. I sat there for years worrying about my liver. You know what I mean? Just concentrating on my liver, concentrating. Eventually, I managed to let go of it and it allowed me to start being able to allow whatever energy's in instead of just concentrating on that. You know, you don't understand, people. I'm gurgling. Do you know what that's like to gurgle with that going on down there? Do you know what I mean? I'm gurgling. If I could get a microphone that would pick up low pitches, yeah, whatever you call that terminology, you could hear it gurgling and you would be going like, oh my gosh, and your blood tests come back normal, did they? You know what I mean? With that gurgling going on. Do you know what I mean? If you try and get to a doctor at the time you're gurgling. Do you know what I mean? So I got to record it or something like that. And I don't really care. I don't trust doctors. I went through doctor stuff years ago. I went through the, what do you call this? Western medicine stuff. I went through it years ago. It never did nothing for me. All it did was send me mad. Because no one was like listening to me. There's a couple of doctors you could tell that cared. And the rest of them were just looking at a blood test and bumming you off. Do you know what I mean? And one of them even said, they'll blacklist you, mind. I swear that's what they call it. They'll blacklist you. I swear that's the word you used. I said, no, can't do that. Do you know what I mean? So I was getting blood tests and nothing was coming up. I was going to doctors again, saying, look, what's going on, you know? Now I'm gurgling all the time. So I take all these tablets because I know my body, I know something's not right, so I'm just doing this so I don't regret not doing it, basically. Because I'm eating sugar at night. I'm not eating like bad sugar. I'm eating these at the moment. They got like under 3 grams per bar. I ate 1 last night. But I ate fucking, excuse my language, I ate 3 of these. These have got about 7 grams of sugar in them. But they're like fruity, fibery things or whatever. I ate some of these which have got a lot of sugar in them, but I was more interested in, these are actually really nice, but they're not that healthy. But if you are vegan or vegetarian, you don't want to eat pork, and you still want to enjoy a marshmallow a little bit, it's very sweety, mine. These are actually alright, you know? They're not cheap though. What I would love is a world where people start buying these, because I know the greedy companies, you know, and I'm not saying that these people who make this are greedy, but I know how the world has been going on for years. How can we squeeze as much money out of you? Do you know what I mean? Well, if people start eating healthier products, I believe that there is mass purchasing, therefore the price should decrease. So it's whatever price it's at now, if people start buying this in more, you know, let's say only 1% of the population are buying these and they're going over for normal marshmallows, 99% of them. If 10% of the population start buying these should decrease in price, equivalent to whatever the 10%, you know, the amount of, you know, because they're making more money now. That's how I believe the world would work, you know what I mean? That's genuinely how I believe it is. Does it work that way? No, it fucking don't. True story. So that pisses me off. I got a lot of stuff about this world that pisses me off. And I've been sat on that game lagging my ass off for 5 years and I'm still lagging exactly the same. I tried it now, I've played it enough now. It's exactly the same freezes as I got before. And that ain't happening to any other player. I'm watching people's streams and they're not getting the freezes. So I can see it because you can track. You're tracking somebody and you follow them. You know where to go. And everybody else can track. And mine just freezes and I keep unloading bullets in the wrong spot. So yeah. So I can't really get anywhere. Pissing about on that. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is I could have made some money on that and done some good with my money. Do you know what I mean? And I genuinely believe that I could. 10 years ago, I didn't believe in myself. I believed I was dumb up here, and that meant you're ruined in this world. Because it's all about, you know, what grades you got in school, what master's degree you got, you know, all this, like, using computers and not knowing what's behind the computer and be able to figure it out when you can't see it and touch it and feel it. Do you know what I mean? I was very, like, I'm no good at all this. And I eventually got some confidence from playing a game. Because I realised I was quite good at a game, so I realised I'm not bad at everything, do you know what I mean? I was quite good at darts, but I used to have this like performance anxiety, so the adrenaline would start flowing when it shouldn't be flowing, do you know what I mean? It really frustrated me, because I was pretty damn good at darts, do you know what I mean? Darts is the one probably hardest sports to be the best at, because obviously it's such marginal millimeters is a difference between winning and losing, which is not easy, you know? Imagine a hole-in-one in golf. How many times did you get that? Well, imagine trying to get a triple 20 every bloody time you throw a dart. You know? It's a different variance, but you understand where I'm coming from. So, try to turn it off in the background. So, just did a massive wash up. This has finally been washed up. I've been using this. I did eat some naughty sugar last night, but like I said, I'm emptying my freezer. I'll show you what I've been eating. Right? Basically, this is one of my trays. Look at how empty it is and how kind of almost clean. Tell you what, I'm just gonna open it up, and then you can see my freezer. Here, look. So there's me top of my freezer, which is basically meat-free top right. That's my Sunday lunch drawer. So that's twice a week I have this. And that's some fish that I had left over. And that's this drawer down here, which used to have loads of chips in it, but I've been eating these and getting rid of these, so I've got 2 of these left. No, 1. So only 1 of these. I'll eat this the weekend, so that'll be gone. I got 2 Yorkshires left, which are like carbs, and they'll be gone. And I won't be buying these chocolate things again, whatever they are, and I won't be buying Yorkshire puddings again. It's a bit of a weird way, because I'm not looking after my body, but I'm actually getting rid of some bad stuff out of my fridge in a way of treating myself. I'm thinking to myself, we're going to try again on Sunday to quit our stuff because it makes me eat too much. Do I want to sit there at the end of the night? If I wasn't lagging on the game, I could play the game for probably 5 hours and create some content, because the lag just makes it impossible, and I'm still trying to get used to the controller bit. But even if I got used to the controller bit, the lag still ruins me. Do you know what I mean? You got to make content, you got to look good, and if you're freezing all the time, it's hard to make that content. So plus you don't want to play for 5 hours. I think I'm playing maximum 3 hours and I'm getting pissed off in about 2.5. But I'm spending most of my time trying to get the controller bit to work. So I'll show you what it is so you know what it is. So this here, you put a keyboard in front, put your thumb on there, you move that, and then you just use your keys like that. All I'm trying to do is get used to what fingers I want to use crouch and jump on, because that's a hard game, so you've got to be really fast. So if I can find the perfect 2 fingers, I can transition that to all games, and the other fingers can figure out the keys, what they need to be. But I'm having problems with this. I need to turn this into an A key, forward. I'm not sure what is back, A, W, S for back, I think. W for left, and I need to turn it into that, and every time I try and do it, it doesn't work. It's working as a controller thing, but it's not really ideal, because it gets confused again, because 1 minute it thinks you've got a controller, and next minute it's got your mouse, and then it thinks you've got a keyboard, and it gets a bit pickled. So some things don't work in the game. So that's where I am at the moment. Do you know what I mean? We come across some video last night about explaining about arthritis pains, and I think it was a herbal tea. What ones did I buy? Sage leaf, mugwort. I don't think it was those 2. I'll remember it in a minute. Marshmallow root, I've come across it before. Or mallow root, or root mallow, something like that. So we'll look up them today, but I don't see why I should have to bloody drink crazy. I've been taking sage in mugwort for a bit of a parasite cleanse. I've taken wormwood for a parasite cleanse. I've taken Tulsa green tea for heart pains I was getting last year. I've taken green tea standard, green tea matchas. I've done hawthorn teas, which is good for the liver and the heart, which actually is a nice tea actually. And some other ones. I can't remember what else I've done, you know? So getting a bit fed up with it now. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's good for you stuff, but you've got to be a bit enthusiastic. I got pain in this shoulder and a pain in this shoulder. This one I understand, because when I do the incline, it's been hurting my shoulder. You know what I mean? But I found a way, when I set up, I get no pain. It's a weird way. I get right up underneath the bar, because I'm scared it's going to hurt, and I sit in this really weird spot, and I get the bar up, and then I just let myself slide back down the bench, and I don't get any pain. It's weird. It's weird. Must be I'll have to figure that out next time I do it, to do that. Because anytime I try and get it up and just use it in my natural position that I would lie in, it hurts the shoulder. But if I do this really weird thing, I can't really record it. I need a better tripod. This thing's getting a bit dodgy. Do you know what I mean? So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up, okay? Because I need your thumbs up. I always say this at the end of the video, and the problem with these videos, people watch at the beginning and then they dip, you know? So because they're not getting anything from it. My stuff will help certain people, you know what I mean? Anybody out there who's got like gut problems, you might not have heard of kefir. Now you've heard of kefir by watching my stuff. I didn't know what kefir was. Do you know what I mean? I knew what rennies were, you know what I mean? I knew rennies were for killing something inside of me, like acid or whatever, but I didn't know what a kefir was, you know? I took Actimels and Yakult and all that, but a kefir is a lot better. I always go for kefir now. You can make your own yogurts and all that. I'm not going to do it. I got loads of videos today, like make your own kefir, make your own yogurts, make your own fermented this, and make your own. Not doing it. I've done enough stuff. I used to grow my own herbs. in the window. This is all I've been spending my time is trying to heal my body, and it just seems to sort of decrease its use. I was saying to myself today before I started the video, I've not worked physically properly for about 10 years, physically. So I've not worn those joints out, so those joints shouldn't ache. Or, if joints should ache, the ones you use the most in your life is the ones that should be aching. Do you know what I mean? Not some random joint or all four at once. There's no reason your hip joints and your elbow joints at the same time to start causing pain. Not normal. Do you know what I mean? If I was spending half my day on my left knee like this, yeah, right? You can't see my feet, and then my other foot's up. I'm half my day on my right knee like this, and I did that for 20 years every day for 12 hours shared. I know I'm going to be asleep at some point. 8 hours shared, so 16 hours being awake, hours and that. I'd understand why that knee hurts as much as that one does, because I spent as much 8 hours a day on that for 20 years, and I spent 8 hours a day on that for 20 years. That makes sense to me. Do you get what I mean? Right? But I've not been doing that. I've been sitting at computers in doing walks to the shop and the odd bike ride. So my joints should be okay. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand where I'm coming from? I used to do a lot of like building work, so if you're hammering all day long, this elbow should hurt. This one shouldn't hurt because you're holding it now. Do you know what I mean? Come on, it's common sense, people. I don't know if you can see me, my little knife thing. Can you see me knife thing? Yeah, so I've been trying to sharpen this stuff. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're sharpening the ones we've used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was really enthusiastic when I bought this, but I haven't been well for a month due to something that I didn't cause it, but I reacted to it. So it made me a bit down for a couple of weeks, which made me do that stuff. Which is fine. I'm not going to hate myself. I've done enough hating myself in the past for drinking for a few months longer than I should have, and then my liver went. You know what I mean? I ended up with an inflamed liver because I didn't quit in August, and it got inflamed in November. Because I thought to myself, well, it's August now, I might as well have my birthday in October, and then I quit after that, and I wasn't thinking about Christmas, so I thought, hang on, well, Christmas is only in, what was it? Under 2 months. I'll do that, and I'll do a new year, new start. But in November, my liver went, so, you know, so that's where I'm, my story started. Obviously, my liver went due to some family problems, so I was drinking more than I used to drink, and I wasn't active. You know what I mean? So I wasn't burning off the fat that was building up in my liver. That's basically where it started from. Not that drink is good for you, but if you're active every day and you're burning the fat off that's in your liver, so it's building up and you're burning it off, building up and burning it off, you know what I mean? You're gonna keep going, your liver's gonna keep going, do you know what I mean? So, and it doesn't have to be alcohol related, you can get it from, what's it called? Chocolate. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, or liver disease, you know? So apparently I've got the C, apparently, but I've not had a scan for years. Every time I had a scan, they never showed anything at the early days. So, and I don't trust those machines anyway because the problems I was getting. But I had the fibre scan, which is the most sensitive one that they do, except for a biopsy, and that's obviously dangerous. I have had that show up some stuff, so, but I've not done one of them since. Be interesting to do one to see what it was. I know what the number was. It was 7.9, and 8 is the highest they allow before they start like worrying. Not over worrying, but they worry. And this was right at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? So I knew what I was saying was true. That's why I don't trust blood tests, because what I was saying that machine showed, but the blood test never showed it. So I never I don't believe in the blood test sensitivity. Sorry to say. Even my doctor said the problem is with the liver, it's very powerful, and unless you've got loads of damage, it might not show up. It could take 6 months. You have to wait for the liver to heal. You know what I mean? Or a year. I can't remember the amount of days. 280 days or something for the liver to go through its recycling. Then 500 days. 2 weeks, it heals really fast. The liver heals really fast. That's why it's hard to get liver damage, because your liver heals all the time. But if you smash it for 20 years straight, eating booze on it every day, you're probably going to get a problem. Do you know what I mean? Back on bananas. I don't care if there's sugar in it. If it weren't for that stuff, I wouldn't be eating as much shit on the night, and then the gurgling might stop. Oh, why don't you stop? Because I've done it all, man. I've just put my leg up on this thing and my hips are in. My ass is aching. I can't borrow it. We're a month into streaming. We haven't got much further on the controller stick. And my stream is getting like 5 views. That was my way to make some money. So if I can't do that, I'm a bit screwed. Because a dead-end job won't barely pay for my rent. So I'm a bit screwed. Hence, I don't want to go back into the standard matrix. I got to make some cash, some money to make up for my time lost. But my body is hurting a lot. So it's taking a bit of my enthusiasm away. Playing the game, lagging's one thing. Playing with the controller I can't fix is another thing. Having a dead stream is another thing. Sleeping not brilliantly, but I'm better than I was last year. I'm definitely getting a 6-hour stint in now. Do you know what I mean? Today is probably the best sleep I've had in 4 days. Probably slept for about 6.5 straight through. I did wake up a lot because of the gurgling, but I got back asleep. So maybe next week. There was a couple of days this week I didn't want to do that stuff. I just did it because I didn't have nothing else to do. I had to stop playing the game. I was getting frustrated with the controller. I was getting frustrated with the lag a little bit. Getting frustrated with not getting any views. So I had to stop doing it. So, right. That's my lot because I'm talking too much and it's a 22-minute video. So I'm going to catch you later. I've uploaded. I've talked about stuff. I'm going. See ya. Bye.